everybody, this is Brownie Smiles here. Thank you for tuning in once again. Give me just a second, as always. Shit. Phone never wants to do what I need it to do. Okay, whatever. So I want to talk to you guys today about a current topic that's actually trending on YouTube. I'm not sure how to actually even say her name. It may be SONCERAE or something of that form. Who fucking knows? But the point being is that she is starting to develop a enough of a following of black women that are only there to go against black men. Currently, her way that she's using to attract viewers and followers in is that she's currently bashing her now ex-fiance, who broke up with her because she was lying about a lot of shit while they were dating. And to put icing on the cake, now she's discussing, I guess, a lot of maybe what she would consider personal information or sensitive information that a man will feel is sensitive. And she's putting it all out on Front Street. But she's having her daughter engage in the foolishness also. I believe her daughter is currently 17, if not 18 years old. She's still relatively young. So her mom is still a direct influence on her, clearly. If you ever come across the video that I'm speaking about, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, being that I'm a woman, it's an expectation for me, especially as a black woman at that, to go with whatever code the other bitches are going with. And the whole purpose of my platform in this channel and my other channel that I'm also building, by the way, which is called Anti-Girl Code, be sure to follow that one too, is to disclose and expose all this stupid ass mind games that women will willingly go through to keep men away from them. It's not going to get you a man doing this kind of shit. Now, the woman that I'm speaking about, she is older, in her late 30s, maybe in her about to hit 40s, if she's lying about that too. And she was dating someone that was close to her age. Now, for those of you who know what the fuck is going on, she's dark skinned and the guy who she was dating is a light skinned black man. And a lot of the things that she's done, like I said, she's trying to raise her daughter to be single for life. And here's how. Number one, the podcast that I keep on going back to talking about was, again, revolving around him and her daughter trying to address him about the relationship that was already over. The woman is trying to keep the situation going by claiming she's pregnant. I personally do not think that she's actually pregnant. I think that she's just trying to find a reason to string this man along, as long as he continues to respond. He tried to make his own personal account and clarify his side of the story, because I know that, and we all know, women at times can be pretty good liars or simply just uninterested in being honest. So for her to then go and say that he should not create his own account and share his side of the story, and instead he should allow her to facilitate what he has to say, so he would have to go onto her page to say what he feels and have to answer the questions that she comes up with in order to stay on topic with what she wants the narrative to go. And that shit is ridiculous. As a man, that is such bitch made shit. I don't understand how fully grown women think that they can over dominate their men and expect them to still stay. I don't understand how a woman, I'm mainly speaking about black women here, because this is a very hard issue for us to deal with, and it's an even harder issue for us to eliminate. Right now, black women think that they can size up or mount up to a man. And I think it's far beyond the, the stud comparison or yes, we can, or we can do it too, feminist shit. I think it's a little bit of all of it combined, and it's become some weird ass mutant monster that black women love engaging in, especially when white women tell them to. It's just, and white men, really, they love listening to white men and these stupid ass trends. The lady's video had pictures of her and him while they were still dating. While these like collages of photos are playing, she's talking shit at the same time with her daughter about different instances that were happening during the relationship. One thing that happened was that the ex-fiance, the guy, ended up getting the 17-year-old's phone number because the mom, again, wanted her daughters to get involved with her bullshit to, I guess in a way, it was her way of training her daughter to treat a man a certain way with her leftovers. So, a mom. They, at some point, began exchanging text messages. They even, sat and spoke privately together without her mom present or even in the home. And they aren't related. They, again, weren't ever married. I'm not sure how long they were dating, but based off of the lady's background, I don't think they were dating that damn long. Now, given the history of this bitch, you can see on my thumbnail who she was and who she likely still is, or who she still maintains on the inside. She is not letting go of any of that mentality, and she's passing it on directly to her daughter. She's not even she is so pretty. I don't understand why a woman with her attractiveness in her face, not even going all the way down to the high mileage area, why would you encourage such tainted thinking? Especially to your daughter, who, by the way, does not look like you in the way I just explained the way you looked. If you understand what I mean as viewers. I'm not hating, I'm just letting you guys know. Now, because not everybody comes up looking like their damn mom. I don't look like my mom. But my mom's not unattractive, but we don't look entirely alike. She has her own look. I have my own look. This woman has her own look. Her daughter definitely has her own look that she's still growing into. Again, she's 17, so puberty probably hasn't hit her ass yet. Her mama got a big ass, big titties, and, real tight eyes and fair. Well, not fair. She actually has dark skin, long weave, all the bullshit. So she's already had her work done. Her daughter hasn't even hit the streets yet. So like I said, she is trying to take the training wheels off of her daughter to train her to be single for life. If every single time a man comes into your life, and this is always the end result that he doesn't stay, and now you're getting your daughter to accustomed to using this kind of lingo when speaking to men, so that when she tries to get into a real relationship, what she's going to do is fuck it up. When your daughter actually gets pregnant by a man, she's not going to stay with the man. SONCERAE, or however you say her name. She's not going to stay. Just like you didn't stay with your daughter's dad, and now you're claiming you're pregnant by someone else. We all know that there has been plenty of men in between those two times. Fucking engagement. Bitches already know what the fuck they do. Especially black women who look and carry themselves like her. A mid-30-year-old woman still trying to get quality dick and is even interacting with her daughters in ways that she would interact with her friend and telling her to cuss out her ex. Like that's your bitch on the side. What do you think she's going to do when her daughter gets a man and she doesn't like what he's doing? You think she's going to give some little out of the blue pep talk to get her to stay if she gets pregnant, or if she's not pregnant, or if they simply disagreed over something as stupid as he tripped her or some shit? Black women have created a really deep hole that we need to figure out how we're going to get ourselves out of. Because right now it's pretty goddamn deep, And also, right now, men aren't too interested in black women like that, period. You have, we have made the social construct like this. Excuse my hair, I don't give a fuck. Black and proud. Um, we have made a social construct to where here's how the shit goes. Especially in my family. I can even say it on behalf of myself. With my mom, she had got married once and also had a baby prior. So 2 baby daddies, right? To give even more of a time frame, she had her first child when she was 19, and then she met my dad and had kids with him. Oh God. Whatever 1962 minus 1993 other way around equals 62, 93, 31. So she was quite older. And my dad is actually the same age too, and they're damn near the same color, so it wasn't no issue with complexion and shit like that. But with some of the black women online, like I said, sometimes Tommy Sotomayor talks about this too, because he has his own personal feelings towards light-skinned people as a group entirely, not necessarily the genders in particular. He even has shit to say about dark-skinned people too, so don't feel left out. He got something to say about everybody, even about his goddamn self. So don't feel alone. We all fall under one of his categories, if not 5. But still, she is still carrying the mindset of a very young adult. And for her to already have a young adult living in her home, being her daughter, and she's teaching her these things as if this is how you should carry yourself in life, it becomes a very clear red flag for a lot of men who may be interested in women who are their age, which is in their 30s, and they have children. Because when they start to develop these mentalities like that, and they're sharing it with their daughters, it's not really a place for a man to be in the home. Anything he does is wrong at this point. Even with the other guy, the light-skinned man who was the fiance, he fucked up really bad because it can be turned around by speaking in private with her 17-year-old daughter and having phone calls and exchanging any kind of information, period. It was wrong for him to do that. It was even more wrong for the mom to initiate the whole thing. Like, the ex didn't have any knowledge of this. He was probably already on his way out the door, not even giving a fuck about any of the situations that was happening behind him. He just ready to go. And black women will do this shit a lot. Try and stretch out a situation when it's clearly over. Even stretch it out to where they may even resort to violence, turn the shit around on you, make it seem like it was you who wanted this, even though you're leaving out the door. Again, she even spoke about how she claimed that they weren't actually, she wasn't trying to have kids, but he wanted to have a family, and that she was so repulsed or against or even not even considering children, to a point where she said even when she goes inside grocery stores, she tries to avoid the baby aisle, but sometimes she'll have to like rush through it because at the end of the aisle is the dog food aisle, whatever that means. I've never heard of this bullshit before. Like I said, black women, I have to break these fucking codes for you guys. I know there's men at times who listen to me, and they don't want their girlfriends to know or their wives to know. And I've seen the comments that will appear and disappear underneath my videos. I see them. They're still under my notifications. Girl code number 1. How to tell if your bitch is lying. Number 1. When you ask someone a very simple question and it can be answered with yes or no, or it can simply be answered with what happened from A to Z in less than 10 seconds, but it takes them 20 minutes to explain something that only took literally 10 seconds to occur, she's lying. If she's talking hella fast while she's explaining herself, and happily at that, when you know you're asking a serious question, her ass is lying. If she's very hesitant about certain objects, like if you just walked in the house or you're getting ready to leave the house and you can kind of like see in your peripheral that she's reaching for something and it's not the remote control to the TV, she's lying to you about something. If she questions you when you ask about login information and you know and she knows that she visits the site a lot, she's lying. If I'm trying to think all the damn lies that girl codes we can't stand to really. Okay, another way that girls lie is if they continue to turn the question around. A very simple one is, have you been cheating? If she responds, have you? Or, no, why would I do that? What, you smell another dick or something? That kind of shit. She doesn't let you know something without letting you know something. Bitches be so grimy sometimes. And it's clearly being displayed on YouTube, except there's so many women who won't put the feminist shit to the side for a second, to where they rather group themselves with these sluts and high mileage bitches like Cardi B. We all get seen as a fucking same. If we want to protect these bitches, these deflectors, these deflecting lying assholes, we all are seen as deflecting lying assholes. Even if you've been a virgin all your goddamn life and never had sex, like never had sex. No oral, no nothing. Don't even know what a dick looks like as a black woman. The second you do see a penis, you're a hoe. It's quite crazy how the world works, guys. But irregardless, with this lady, black women out there, I need you guys to start thinking a little longer about what long-term effects will happen to your family if you choose to keep on excusing the men from their roles in the home. Because it's real easy to say you can do it by yourself, but once you start doing this shit by yourself, the first thing that comes out of your mouth is a complaint about doing it by yourself. Because you know you didn't have to do it by your damn self. With men also, it's not about controlling the woman. I understand when certain cue words, another girl code thing for the guys listening, we will hear certain cue words in a man's speech and we will block out a lot of the other things, because sometimes men will say certain things when they're feeling a certain way. And sometimes they say it at a certain time, every time. And if you're somebody like me, you're going to pick up on it relatively fast. And you start to wonder what the fuck is going on. Don't do that either. You should not try to study your man. Don't try to study your man. It's supposed to be a damn natural chemistry that occurs between the individuals. And if that shit simply ain't working, the shit's simply not working. If you want to ask questions about, why do you do this? Or I noticed you do that. I do it this way. Some men don't even like to be questioned at all. And that's understandable too. But don't get personal about it when they say that. Because they're not saying it to be rude. And that's not to say a woman has to disclose every single inch of information that she has to her man. But that also doesn't mean share 10% of the information about yourself or share 60% of the information that you have about yourself. Because all that shit will get your ass out the door too. That's 40% of lies that they may or may not know exist. if the man is player enough, he may be able to tell just based off of how you speak if you don't mind talking about penis all day or sitting on porn or being on any kind of site that consists of a lot of male interactions with the woman directly, you should certainly speak to your girlfriend about that to see what the fuck is going on. Especially if they do it more than they interact with you. That goes for the people who goes to work all the time and you know your girl gotta be at home or be somewhere staring at something for hella long, minding their business. That can be staring at a fucking parking lot, okay? Valet, who knows? But black men, I must say, we appreciate what you guys do. This is coming from a woman who does not feel... I don't fall in the category of SONCERAE or whatever the fuck her name is. I'm not with the whole shit. When you group all the women with the whole shit, you can't get mad when women group men with the whole shit. Now, I have to explain what that means because that's... calling a man a fuckboy can confuse the fuck out of a man given his responsibilities to nature. It's like calling a dandelion a fuckboy. It doesn't... for the, flower world. Because they spread all over the goddamn place without even trying. Like, all it takes is a little bit of wind and don't even take too much water because it's a weed. Like, it's the nigga in the flower kingdom. But still, when women start to get questions directed towards them that sound like you're trying to ask them if they were like a previous stripper or an escort or some shit like that, it starts to spark interest in the woman's mind. Not if you did it, but if you were fucking bitches who did it. And if you guys currently don't have sex without protection, so if you're having sex with a condom, then it's going to become a question if the man does want to have sex without protection or the woman wants to have sex without protection if you're clean. And that's another weird thing I noticed. I want to ask everybody, before being intimate with someone, if you know it's your first time being intimate and you know you guys are going to be having sex unprotected, do you ask about the current virus status of the person's vagina or phallus? It's not a rude question to ask. I think it's ruder if you end up with something like HIV and they can't even go to jail for it because it's a misdemeanor in California. And then that's, oh yeah, I'm HIV positive, by the way. Like, what the fuck did you just say to me? It's just... Hello.
I just seen Malika and TC over here on Avis Court.
That's funny.